Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Fantastic Four First Steps because it has now crossed $500 million worldwide at the box office, and it is still a huge failure. Yes, that's right. It is still a huge failure. This is pretty bad, and I thought we'd just take a look at all of sort of metrics, just to indicate how much hot water Marvel is currently in, because it's not looking good for them. It's not looking good at all. So I thought this article was a good one, just briefly, just to have a quick look at it, right? Fantastic Four passes $500 million, but still a box office flop, right? And it is. It is demonstrably a box office flop. It's not done very well at all. So as of day 39, the film grossed worldwide, 39 days at the box office, $506 million. All right, $506 million. 326,180. Domestically is, this is good for Disney. Domestically, $265 million. Internationally, $240 million. Domestic is what Disney would want the best. They get the best share from theaters, homegrown. But this is disastrous. You've got a budget of $200 million, right? You've got a budget of $200 million. There were some reshoots, so maybe it's added more. Some people have said that budget is now $350. Even if you take $200 million as their production budget, and then you add $100 million for marketing, that's still a break-even point of $200 million, right? So this movie still lost money, even on, a conservative level. You could factor in some tax breaks here and there and things, but this is not good. This is very, very, very bad. This is a huge failure. If you take the higher estimates, then you've got a break-even point of $875 million, which maybe that is the case, maybe not. Who knows? Deadpool creator Rob Liefeld said $300 million with marketing, get out of here, shill. And that was in response to someone saying that, the Fantastic Four First Steps hits $500 million worldwide on a $200 million budget. Just completely glazing over the fact that, this is not successful. The framing is intended to view it positively, and also for, the viewer just generally. But I thought what was perhaps the most interesting here, and I think it is really, really interesting, is actually the general response, right? Because you can tell a lot about how much outside of the hardcore fan base people are interested, and also from these kind of reviews, right? How people are engaging with the content, and this is where the Marvel situation is really bad, right? And this is what I wanted to frame this video as. The Marvel situation is terrible. It may even be, the title of this video, but it really is. So you can see here now, Rotten Tomatoes. If you want to compare Rotten Tomatoes aggregates to other Rotten Tomato aggregates, that's a fair comparison, I guess. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing here, and another reason why Rotten Tomatoes is actually quite beneficial to use, is how many people have engaged with the content, how many people have reviewed it versus other Marvel films. And this is where you start getting into more sort of granular detail, and it's tragic. It's genuinely tragic. So these are the metrics. 10,000 plus verified ratings. Not great if you go to all audience. 25,000 plus audience ratings. So the verified ones are obviously going to be smaller, because Rotten Tomatoes changed their ability to rate something. But if you go to all audiences, it picks up, and it's 25 plus thousand, right? And that's quite, that's all right, I guess. But is it really? No, it's actually really bad. Also, side note, if you enjoy videos like this and all the other content that you may have seen on this channel, please do hit subscribe, and please do turn those bell notifications on. Help me reach 500,000 subscribers. That'd be wicked. Thank you so much. Anyway, and then we go to, the likes of Avengers Endgame. And you're like, okay, well, 50,000 is not great. That's not great. 50,000 reviews is not brilliant, is it? Actually, at all. But that is all audience as per this one. In fact, if anything, you would expect Avengers Endgame to be more, but a lot of people were starting to get burnt out then. And then we can compare it, right? Guardians of the Galaxy, 250 plus thousand ratings. Now again, I'm not trying to say that Rotten Tomatoes is great, but as a metric to compare, you know, what other people have chosen to engage with, it starts to paint a picture that Marvel, as we know anyway, is hugely on the decline. Iron Man, 250 plus thousand ratings. Ant-Man, 100,000 ratings. You start to see actually just how much they are falling apart. You know? Let's have a look, right? Let's have a look at some of these other movies under the Marvel bracket, because I think this is interesting. The New Avengers. Let's have a look. So, I mean, 100,000 verified ratings. Go to 10,000, sorry, 25 plus thousand. And you can start to see that actually, the movies that have started to come out, this is Thunderbolts or / New Avengers, whatever they want to call this shit film. The newer films that have come out post Endgame have really started to drop the ball. They've really fallen apart, actually. In terms of viewer interest. They've cratered. They've absolutely cratered. And I think this is indicative of everyone being sick of most media being released these days. But also Marvel. Marvel has a huge problem. You know, Marvel has a massive issue at the moment. If we go to Marvel movies, Captain Marvel, that was probably one of the biggest linchpins of changing direction for, Rotten Tomatoes. 100 plus thousand ratings. Okay. But, you know, let's scroll through some of this stuff. This is just taken on Marvel, bloody Marvel, like, yeah, as in Marvel in the title. But it's not good, right? That's the bottom line here, is it's not good. You know, if I go to, I don't know, let's try and find a more modern movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Right, that was one of the first movies of whatever this new thing was. 10,000. Just completely flatlining. Go to all audience, 25. So actually, what you're seeing, I think, is normies have gone, nah, I'm good, actually, you know, I'm good. The hardcore fan base is definitely diminished, but the normies have just left Marvel completely. There's no interest. And then the fans have started to leave as well. And then you're left with around this 25,000 mark that are actively engaged with the content. It's not good. You can't continue a movie universe with that, with huge budgets. And this is why the Marvel situation has gotten significantly worse. It's worse. It's way, way, way worse than we thought. Because this goes to show that kind of top-out market that we've got there. So the market share that Marvel, has these days has really, really fallen off the face of the planet. So there you go. Leave your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear it. Do you think they can rebuild that or not? Take care. Bye-bye now.